Mic check, check, check. Yo, so we all know about this Kanye situation. Um, I know that's gonna get ran through the media, but what I'm not hearing, what I heard just recently, but we not making the main topic of discussion is the fact that Jay and Smith walked up out of that joint. So he ain't let him he ain't get played like Candace Owens, which we're not even surprised that she did it. We need to realize that trolling has become a viable option for a lot of people that want to get publicity. Kanye has been very vocal about the fact that us as a people, we're too quick to follow our emotions and how things make us feel and follow trends and all these different things. He's used this type of controversy to promote or sell his brand on numerous occasions. We all know that he's special, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. What I'm saying is that we need to stop crying about stuff and actually do something. One of the things I did see was that Boosie and his kids, and shout out to Boosie. I love Boosie because even though he might not always say what was popular, he stand on everything he say, man. And one of the things that I always say is that the only two people in the industry that I think really all the way stand on what they say is Boosie and Gilly the Kid. Right or wrong, they gonna stand like that they're authentic because there's never been a time where they came out and said, you know what, I was on some bullshit, or you know what, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or even if they was wrong, it take a man to admit when they was wrong, but they believe what they actually saying. A lot of these other people are just trying to sell tickets to the game, man. They selling wolf tickets. You know what I mean? And we all buying them because we so quick to buy into these brands and buy into this propaganda. We're not looking we're not looking at the surrounding circumstances. So Boosie and his son made a video burning the Yeezys, which I always been vocal about as far as the whole Ye brand is that he's selling us a bunch of BS for high marked up prices, and it's like under the banner of being high fashion merchandise. And it's like just because I feel like we only buy that because of the name and the price tag. The shoes that he's selling us could have easily been half the price, but not knocking him. You know what I mean? He know, it's a business strategy. He know that niggas gonna run out there and buy the shoes. The higher the price, the better for them because it's a status symbol. And that's what he going for. And it's not really a quality thing. Like them sandals and them flip flops and all that y'all be wearing look like hoagie rolls. But it is what it is. The other ones look like spider webs, and it is what it is. I mean, I heard they comfortable. I wouldn't know because I wouldn't buy into no propaganda like that. But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? We are people that become so concerned with our outside experience, our outside appearance, that we completely neglect anything internal. Rarely do you find the people that's as focused on their character and their morals as much as they are focused on what they wearing, how much they outfits cost, how much they lays cost, how much they shoes cost, how much they hair cost. Like it's all about the cost. You know what I mean? Like I remember back in the day where weave the a good weave was a weave that you didn't know was weave. It looked like it blended in with the natural hair, right? Now it's all about buying the most expensive hair and it clearly looked like weave. It become like a crown more so than a protective style. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of the banner that they flying now. It's a protective style. I can braid my hair underneath, and I don't have to worry about my hair getting damaged. But then you go and you see people releasing videos where they putting all of this glue in their hair, um, and their hair falling out, and all of this other stuff. They getting crazy glue in their hair because they ain't even head so empty. You worried about putting this weave on there. You put monster glue in your hair and then got to get it surgically removed. And it's like genuinely didn't know that the glues are different. Like we need to put more emphasis on what we putting in our heads, what we putting in our bodies. You know what I'm saying? And we need to be more accepting of individuality, man. I'm proud to hear that Jaden Smith walked out of that joint and didn't become a mockery wearing a White Lives Matter shirt. You know what I'm saying? Didn't become a pawn, didn't become a tool to sell tickets to this game that when it's not a game out here, man. This is real life. This is real life, man. And I feel like Kanye is buying into this whole. I mean, like, you know how people be like, "Oh, he crazy," and you hear that so long that you start playing, like people start actually playing into the role of this crazy person until you find out that, man, or people be knowing like he ain't really crazy. He just, you know what I mean, been hearing it so long. He playing a fool until they step to the wrong person and ready to get their head knocked off. Then they get real sane real quick. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm going on a rant, but it is my point was that trolling has become a thing. You know what I'm saying? When you look on the internet, people are professional trolls. Like we can go back to the boy, I ain't gay no more. I don't like men's no more. His whole platform built on trolling. Um, You got, I mean, Kevin Samuels. His platform was built on trolling. Like a lot of the women that was calling there, and they just was trying to get they 10 seconds of fame. I feel like some of them was a little, might have been a little out there, but for the most part, they wanted they 20 seconds of fame or whatever. Even a lot of the celebrities that went on there, Nicki Minaj and a lot of other people that went on there. They just wanted they claim to fame, but you got Jesse Peterson. I think he really believe a lot of the stuff that he's saying. But you can be a troll. You can be a troll and believe what you're saying. Like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is real big in the media right now. I believe that he actually believe what he's saying, but it's an art to what he's doing. He knows how to say provocative things to get people to get clicks. It's all about getting clicks. Um, you know, the most simplest form of trolling is when you see these young people posting guns and posting money. That's trolling. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times it ain't they guns, a lot of times it ain't they money. And even when it is they guns, it's like, why are you even posting that? You know what I'm saying? It's for attention. And a lot of times when you do things strictly for attention, that can fall into the category of trolling. Um, the boy, yeah, I don't like men's no more. His whole platform, yeah, he funny. He very funny. I watched a couple of his Jones, and it's all based on trolling. He has a persona. A lot of these people have personas, and um, and that's is everybody persona is not going to be a on off type thing. Like where you have actors and comedians that have social media and they're one way in real life and they're another way on a screen. These people have came into a character like an actor, except we believe a lot of the stuff. We start there. Everybody want to be a celebrity in their own sense. I think it was that Beans. Everybody want to be a star. Yeah, Beans. Everybody want to be a star. Don't want to be who you are. We so quick to judge each other and try to force people to conform to. Oh, this is what's cool. That's what's cool. That's why I like Wallow. Like Wallow, his whole thing is we decide what's cool. We decide what is what I mean, the next thing. Everything is we so quick to follow these trends, and only thing we do is we big something up, make it a big thing, and then it get appropriated right away. You know what I mean? Get hijacked right away. You know what I mean? Like the woke culture. You know what I'm saying? Like woke, like I'm gonna say woke culture, but being woke used to mean to be conscious of the black experience, but it had been hijacked, and now it's become this thing of political correctness, and even some people have went so far to say it's this British guy who wrote a book called The War in the West, and has gone so far. First of all, he's not even American, but he's going so far to say that wokeness is anti-white, and it don't have nothing to do with white people. Like I see these older white women, like not older, maybe in their 40s, white women who on more. I don't listen to the music no more, but they know so much more about the culture than I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm part of the culture, and they using it to sell their products. They using it to sell their business. They creating personas around it. I seen a video of a older white psychologist. I think she is she helped widows find date, and she used all this hip hop and the lingo and everything, and I'll just be like amazed, like, yo, how she even know? Like some of the words, I she used the word one time I was watching the video, I didn't even know what it meant. I had to look it up. It's like they more indoctrinated into the culture, but they know how to separate the two. You know what I'm saying? They know how to take the good and leave the bad. There's no way that we should be living out the music. You know what I mean? Like as no such thing as civilians no more. Like a new song come out talking about, new drill song come out, and then you got the young boys emulating that because they have let the culture dictate who they are instead of them dictating how the culture is. I mean, we got a long way to go, and it's hard because a lot of the young people don't want to hear this, but this is exactly what they need to hear. This is a prime example of being exploited, using people using the culture against us, our own people using the culture against us to exploit us, to get the money out of our pockets, to get the likes, to get the fame and all that. I mean, he already famous, but still he trying to take it to another level, and part of that is this, and I'm glad Boosie spoke out against it. But you know what I mean, we gotta support our people. There's no way that we should just be laughing when Boosie get his page canceled. We just laughing. Yeah, he say some ratchet stuff, but there's no way we should allow for people that's like for us. It don't even matter. It's like this whole cancel culture and snatching people pages. I don't agree with none of that. But we gotta be more proactive in keeping a voice of both sides. The more we lean to one side, the more we should be hearing what the other side has to say, because that's how you keep that balance. And as a people, we need to kind of remain in a balanced state. The balanced state is living your life between fear and hope. You fear the worst, you hope for the best, right? That allows you to live your life in a balanced state. You gotta know both sides. You can't just be, oh, I'm a Democrat because my mom was Democrat. Things change. Parties change. People switch sides. So if the people that was in the Democratic Party switched to the Republican Party because of their views, um, and your parents was following the views of that person, then maybe they should consider being a Republican. You know what I'm saying? The more things you watch, when you watch only one type of thing, that's what it feeds you. So it keeps you thinking in that mind state. So now you think that everything has to be a certain type of way. You got to make things the way you want them. You know what I'm saying? We become a culture. We taking advice from men like Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels, but that's an extreme. Everything that you see on social media is going to fall into one extreme. It's going to fall on the side of some type of extreme, and you have to find that middle ground. Yeah, some of the stuff we been saying some of the stuff that Andrew Tate say is what a lot of men believe, but also since he's trolling and he's so extreme about it because he wants to gain more followers and gain more notoriety. People not differentiating between what's legit and what's the added factor, like what's the fluff to it. So now you got young boys that's thinking they need to emulate that in order to be a certain type of way, and it's you can believe something and exaggerate that belief for dramatic effect, and he's not caring or looking into what that's going to do to his audience, because young people are impressionable. You know what I'm saying? We so busy in this war against, this battle of the sexes, black men against black women, all black women are like this, all black men are like that. No, nobody is all one type of way. We all are our own type of way, and the relationship that you want might be different from the relationship that this person is teaching you how to get. You have to figure out what you want, and that's the right thing. What you want is the right thing. What stands on your morals, what checks the box of your morals and your characters and where you want to go in life, that's the right thing. You should be using that to gauge how you want your life to go, and how you want your relationships to be, and not what some person online is saying or telling you how it should be. Just because y'all have similar beliefs doesn't mean that he's leading you to that that goal that you want. So another trolling thing, you got this situation in Canada where this teacher essentially, let me go to this teacher basically was basically, my bad. So basically, it's this trans teacher who got these huge prosthetic breasts, and she's the shop teacher at a high school, and the school doesn't want to intervene because they don't want to.
We've got this story which we didn't get around to earlier on Wacademia, James.
They don't want to. They don't want to trump her beliefs, basically, and which is the right thing to do. Nobody should have their beliefs persecuted, but I think that this is an extreme case, and that this person is trolling.
So actually, sorry, Canada, a teacher says that they are trans, and has, in doing so, has put on a get-up. Which, do we have a picture of that we can actually show here? No, we don't. You'll have to use your imagination on this. But now it has made international attention, and school students have joined protesters outside the school because authorities are now caught in this great muddle. There is, however, some fascinating suggestions going around the internet that this may be a great troll by the part of the teacher about the lunacy of some of the trans policies that are out there. So watch this space.
That's what I believe. Listen, I didn't even see this. I didn't even listen to this.
So to give the background, this trans teacher turned.
There we go.
There we go.
And the kids were not allowed to comment
on the fact that this
it would be transphobic to comment that
brave, strong, and beautiful butterfly.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this teacher who they knew last year as Mr. So-and-so.
And in fact,
now
the
this year
school
is...
board defended the use of the prosthetics. When there were complaints, the board said, oh, no, we support everyone's right to live as they choose.
So, by them saying prosthetic, I'm assuming it's something that she can take on and off. And the fact that the nipples are protruding and they're super exaggerated is like, it's kind of why I believe that she trolling. I think that it's one of these people. So in Canada, Trudeau basically passed legislation that say that if you don't use people preferred gender nouns, that you can face legal trouble. So, which is extreme. You're basically saying that if I don't call a woman that transitioned into a man the pronoun that they prefer, which may be him or they, then I could face legal consequences, which is very compulsory. And that's how Jordan Peterson kind of blew up, because he said that you can't make me, say something that I don't believe or I don't want to. And I agree. And it's not anti-trans. It don't have nothing to do with them. He's not saying that they can't live, that he against how they living, or anything that they shouldn't be able to live however they want to live. He basically saying that I shouldn't be forced to, say something just because that's what they believe. And I think that this person is basically trolling, and they haven't come out yet. And then eventually I think they'll come out. And because right now the teachers is so, we've come to such an extreme situation where nobody can comment on this out of fear of being called transphobic. So the school board is not doing anything. They had a protest and only one kid showed up. He was a former student at a high school. Nobody else showed up. Now that it's gotten so much attention, a lot of people have begun to speak out on it. Because but they only talking about the fact that the way that she dresses goes against the school uniform policy, and not the fact that the choices to wear these prosthetic breasts is an outrage. It's extreme. It's very extreme. And when we start living our lives in an extreme, it creates basically a polar society. I think all of these things are divisive polarizing topics, and it just put one people against the other people. And if we keep just get so tied up in fighting, we're not looking at the things that are being done right up under our nose that are going to be detrimental to society. So, so it's a very extreme case. I kind of wanted to see a video. But yeah, I mean, y'all get the gist of it. It was a video where some of the students actually came out and was talking about it. They were saying basically how uncomfortable they were, and some students said they didn't have any problem with it. They didn't pay it any mind. But other students said, it's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I learned that's how I did watch a couple videos, but a lot of them are just, the newscasters talking. So I just like kind of I didn't want to show those. I kind of just wanted to stick to no, not this one. My bad. So yeah, and that's another example of how trolling has become a mainstream tactic of people for their political political views, etc. So a lot of people don't know who Jesse Peterson is, but Jesse Peterson is like a very vocal, conservative black guy who is rather anti-black. But I respect everybody to be however they are. He has a lot of controversial people on his platform, and I'm trying to think who he had on there that was giving him the business. Jesse Peterson. He talked to whatchamacallit, Jesse Lee Peterson. He talked to I didn't even know Charleston White. Charleston White is another example. His whole platform, you could tell he's from the rip. I knew he's a very, very intelligent person, and everything that he do is extreme though, because he's trying to get them clicks, and he's been vocal about the fact that he's come out several times like, look, I'm just trying to get to this money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all gonna feed into it, then it's whatever. And he supposedly has a program that helps at-risk youth in Texas, but a lot of times he's speaking out against gang violence and gang members in general, and talk about how silly it is, which it pretty much is. And he spoke on one of the situations in Philly where the young boy that had the song Corvette, it came out that he had snitched. And he was talking about, he went at Gilly. He said Gilly was out of pocket for saying whatever he said about that. And like I said, I really respect Gilly. I think he one of the only stand-up social media personalities that's 100% true to, what he believe and what he say. Keep it all the way authentic. I think I could say Fat Joe is one of them also, but definitely Boosie and Gilly the Kid. But yeah, we have to think about things, not just follow what the narrative is. We always quick to say, oh, no snitching, no, you know what I'm saying? Like all these different things. And it's just like we don't have no concept of, a lot of young boys don't even know what snitching is, like what being a rat is. And you have people that come out and differentiate between the two, and things are a topic for a short period, and then it's a wrap. So yeah, stay woke.